Finally, you Mugisu man. Why is technology?
How are you? You know the Mugisu man, the villager. If these girls are not come to the bank, I would not know what to do.
My
You know
God,
them.
it's taken us 45 minutes just to be able to sort this out. But anyway, the good thing,
My apology. But now I'm set. Now I will never go off.
yes, and
Eh?
please learn these things. This is how life operates now. We are no longer going into studios to get things done.
No, that's true. I'm so grateful now.
Yeah, and I'm also very grateful to you for agreeing to do this. Really, really, truly grateful, Honorable.
I'm so grateful. You know, yeah, for me it is the day. It is coming to 2 p.m.
Yes, for us it is night
Mhm.
time. We are about to go to bed, so we are having our
Mm.
final conversation.
Okay. Okay, my brother. Mm.
So let's get started right away.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I was saying that you, in Parliament, you represent a constituency of people who are big time coffee growers and also traders. But at the same
Yes.
time, you are also chairperson of the oldest and still existing cooperative that's also been really, really successful. So can you just tell us about your work as a parliamentarian and then your work as the head of the cooperative? Like, what exactly do you do?
Well, thank you so much, Robert, and also thank you to all the listeners. First of all, I want to apologize. Technology really worked on me badly, but now I'm set.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a farmer, many of these things I don't know them. My small background one is that I grew up in Bugisu. That's where I was raised up, and as I was raised up in Bugisu,
Mm,
our main cash crop was coffee,
mm,
and our main food was matoke.
mm.
This matoke you see here, Bugisu were the only people who were growing matoke. Others, of course, have come on top. So yeah, so as a cash crop, of course, this is what many of our parents would pluck and take to. Of course, they get the red berries when they are ready. They are ripe. It's a season. It starts from September slowly, but it goes up to January. So they would pick the red berries, and of course, when they would pick, they would pulp them, ferment them for 2 days so that they remove that is slippery liquid, wash them. That's why they're called hand washed coffee, dry them, pick the defects, choose the best only, take to a primary society.
Yes.
And when you take the primary society,
Mm.
you from the primary society will be the one to take to just cooperative union. And as you're aware, that's how we went to school. Of course, our parents, some of us were civil servants, that's true. But they were at the same time also working in the coffee farms. And the coffee farms really did a lot. And what happened when they would take this coffee, sell it, by this, they were not selling. They were just collecting it in the primary society. The primary society delivers it to the union. Maybe let me give you a smaller way so that you know. Before I became MP, I must give you this background.
Yeah.
A primary society consists of about 2,000 farmers.
Actually, Honorable, I will come back to
Mm.
that structure because I would
Mm.
like a detailed explanation of a cooperative society, how it works, how it does its business, because that's a very detailed conversation that we need our people to understand. But I'll
Mm.
also come back to you on the specific model of what Professor Luanga Lunyigo has called the Bugisu model. And I'll read for you
Mm.
what he has written about the Bugisu Cooperative Union. But which is your constituency? Because I think I made a huge mistake in my post and people wanted to kill me. So, which is your constituency?
Well, my course says I come from Budadiri West
Yes.
in Stronko district, but basically I'm the MP from the region, the Bugisu. So I'm a Mugisu by MP.
Yes.
Even if Obudoda, I represented them. So you made no mistake. Even if you wrote I'm from
No, no,
Obudoda,
no.
from Minamisunda,
I
even if
actually
you said from Kapchora, I would have no
no,
problem.
I actually
Eh?
said that it was Sironko West, and people were just killing me. So
No, 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 that's true.
yeah.
So I will come from there, and I want to thank those people that have voted me in parliament. This is my fifth term. Huh?
Fifth.
And Yeah, this is my fifth term,
Wow.
and I come overwhelmingly.
Yes.
And frankly, for when I come, of course, I come as a Budadi West to Parliament.
Yes.
But when I reach Parliament, I'm a member of the Parliament of Uganda. And all of you must have known how I debate or I put issues. I don't talk about Budadi West, I talk about Uganda.
Yes.
That's why when you see everything we're talking about, if it's roads, you'll see me talking. That's why even when I go to Karamoja, Karamajongo say, without us, without you, would not have got these roads. I would talk like as if I'm a Karamajongo.
Yes.
If it comes to schools, I'll do the same, what and the same. And basically anything which can really make our country better, economically, of course, socially and whatever, I am there for them. And that's why you see when you talk about well, what do I do in Parliament? I'm a representative of the people of Uganda, but the people who send me are from Abudadi West, whom I must thank. They gave me the opportunity. And of course, you know my background. I was working for government, work at the Ministry of Finance. From there, I went to World Bank. And that's where I came from to Parliament. And of course, I came to Parliament for representation. I never came to look for money, no. If when you know when I came in 2001, our salary was 1.1 million shillings.
Mm.
So I've been there. So and I was living a job of $20,000 per month untaxed, and coming for 1.1 million Uganda shillings.
Mm.
So I'm here as a member of parliament for now nearly 25 years,
Mm.
and I know what has taken place in the country, and I know about cooperatives. I know about cash crops, of course. If you recall, those who did the PLOE many years ago, I know Robert might have been one.
Yeah.
They were saying the leading cash crop, foreign exchange earned in Uganda was coffee. So followed by cotton, then tea. So we have been there in the lead, and
So,
as always, why I'm very proud
yeah.
that the independence of Uganda was got by two tribes, the Bugisu tribe and the Baganda. Bugisu under Bugisu Coffee Scheme, which was under BCU, which is Cooperative Union, contributed 300,000 pounds. Baganda contributed £500,000.
What
And the British said, these people,
what
yes,
was the
and we
money
made a
for?
total. You see, the British wanted to confirm if these people, yes, Uganda can rule itself economically,
Yes.
and if they have money. So they had to put an account. They say you deposit money in the account. That's how the money was deposited. For us, they transferred from Obujisu scheme and Obujisu Cooperative Union 300 and Baganda. I am sure they also got from their cooperative societies because for them they had money,
Mm.
and maybe from the kingdom we don't know.
Mm.
That's how this £800,000 was got. And you are aware again, Bugisu Cooperative Union wanted to form a Bugisu Cooperative Bank,
Mm.
and Nachon, who was a brother to Obote, told him, if you allow Bagisu to make a bank, you'll not manage. That's how they said, let us now make you Uganda Cooperative Bank. That's how Uganda Cooperative Bank comes. And the first money which went there, $2 million, deposit, the £2 million was from Bugisu Cooperative Union.
I'm
So we have been there. So that's why
I'm
we're the biggest shareholder in the Uganda Cooperative Bank. That's why when you saw the main people who was the initial people in the cooperative bank was just cooperative union.
so I'll come back to the actual fortunes of Bugisu Cooperative Union. So right now you are the chairman of Bugisu Cooperative Union. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So
And
yes.
I've been there. First, of course, I was elected under government will,
Mm.
under the UNRM we were opposing it. You remember in 2008, I was elected on 2nd May
Mm.
2008. Shortly, there were petitions. You remember on 18th December 2010, government came over, took it over for 5 years, and they brought it back to us after 5 years when we fought. And of course, you know the stories. Also, the story was basically to kill this cooperative union. And one of the reasons with the success is that when I came in, this cooperative union had debts to over 3 billion shillings. I mobilized the farmers. They agreed to bring their coffee. We worked around. We paid debts, and we had cash in the bank. That's why we all remember the case went to court and we won government until it came back and said we had really moved it. So after 5 years, I went away. When I had been thrown away, so in 2015, they brought a report. Of course, they were trying to investigate, but the report came up and said Nandala has no crime. That was the report. So again, the farmers said we must vote. Now, maybe if you are not aware, that day all the NRMs had put on yellow, and everybody wanted to look really yellowish. So the first person to put up his hand was a yellow man. So Chambade thought, they're bringing NRM. The man said, I bring Nandala's name. The one, another one in yellow say, I second him. The third one in yellow says nominations closed. And that's that's how I come back. And so I
So,
was about it. So they had to agree to work with me, and of course, that's how I'm still around. So whenever I've been around, that's why you see those petitions, which are over 1,000 from Mulugu and the group. If you go to the
so,
region, they will say, "Oh, that is our chairman." So that's why I'm a chairman. I'm stuck there, the chairman, not because I want to really be a chairman. It's because the people trust. It is me whom they trust, and that's why you can see farmers can bring kilos of coffee. Right now, we have over 10 million kilograms of coffee by farmers trusting me. They know with Nandala you can go home and sleep. So I'm their chairman.
so, explain to us how how much coffee does Bugisu produce, and
We just produces between 20 million to 30 million kilograms
of
per
coffee
year,
annually?
annually,
And
depending on the season.
we're talking
Now,
about the Arabica.
yes, our coffee is called Arabica coffee, grown on the slopes of Mount Elgon.
Mm,
And we're small scale holder farmers. We don't
yes.
have farms. We can get with just somebody with this half an acre. You may have one here, another one there. With the apartments and whatever.
Mm,
So when you see somebody having a lot of coffee, that means he has a lot of those small plots. We
mm,
can call them plots. But they good give a good yield because soils are volcanic, and the taste of our coffee is different from another coffee. If you have ever noticed, that's why many people who are growing Arabic coffee, they use our coffee for blending. Even Robusta, they use our coffee for blending, and that's how you'll see that the reason why our coffee is still outstanding is the best coffee with good aroma, with less acidic, and sweet when you taste it. And if anybody who wants coffee, it should take just Arabic coffee. Now, of course, now many people have come in
mm,
trying to also try to say they're producing just Arabic coffee, but
mm.
basically they're making it, mix it, and rejects. We in Bugisu Cooperative Union were 100% non-defect. So if you see our coffee called Utonan Elgon Pride, no defect. There's nothing. We remove all those defects. And many people come to take them now. We have even resorted that we are going to ban all our defects. We are not going to sell them. We cannot be part of those who contribute people with money who come and buy our defects to go and use it for selling, to make coffee or export it. We want to continue selling the best coffee. So we produce between 20 to 30 million kilograms. And the Bugisu Cooperative Union, of course, initially was the owner of the oil coffee, but now no many businessmen have come in and whatever. It takes some. So now, but the farmers produce, they bring to the union between, of course, we started with about 1 million, we went to 2 million, now we are 10 million kilograms of coffee. We believe that within the next, if we have not been having this ups and downs, all the coffee will come to the union. Why? Because when it comes to the union, we will be the best to do collective bargaining for the farmers. Our job, but as much as we're there like that, is that we contribute a lot in the price setting. So even no man will come out and buy a coffee less than what we have said. So we just cooperative union, despite the fact it has been fought left and right, it's one of those which is really there for price
Okay,
setting.
explain to me something,
Mm.
because you've mentioned it since we started talking. You've mentioned fighting you. What is this conflict over and about, and who is driving it?
One, first of all, you remember when the NRM government came in power, of course, they said farmers were being cheated, we must remove cooperatives.
Yes.
But basically, they were destroying the fiber because even if they were being cheated by those who were in power, they would have come in to improve management. Of course, many people were in cooperatives, had not gone to school, but they were really organized. They knew how to count their money. Of course, I hope you know how we count money.
Mm.
You get sticks, you count 1, 2, 3, then you say one stick, one. So somebody would keep his sticks, then he would know how much money he has in the what?
In the
In the
cooperative.
house,
Yes.
or in the cooperatives.
Yes.
And it also had both the saving part. When you get your money, You don't need to pick it out. You leave it to save, and it will earn some money.
Yeah.
But also the most important thing was that the cooperative would help farmers, because I know I'll bring 2,000 kilograms of coffee or 1,000. This is the average price. I come and pick my money in advance. The cooperative would give you pay school fees for my children for the whole year until we bring the coffee. That's without interest. So that is the process where we are coming to bring back in Bugisu. And if you recall, by the time I was thrown out, we had started providing scholarship to a tune of over 400 students in universities. So we are giving our farmers, scholarships for children to go to school, so that we will bring back the culture that farmers should come back to the union and whatever. So it was becoming organizing farmers, which are people. Now, many people look at those as voters. For
Mm.
us, we're looking for people to be empowered.
Mm.
So I think, in short, of the NRM government believes that I was collecting people for so they will have a problem with the politics. And of course, when people have money, they are very hard. They will ask a question. So they wanted the people to be poor so that they can say, well, you give them peanuts. So, but Gisu had started questioning because they had were earning income, were doing what? When I came in, the price of coffee was 1,000. Shortly, I moved it. I told them we should be earning over 8,000 shillings. Within 2 years, they were over 13,000. A man would sell his 1,000 kilograms, he gets 13 million. 2,000 kilograms, he gets 26 million. That's how people bought cars. People started expanding houses. People started making their women families look nice. Students also now started taking their children to private schools, because government schools now have gone down. So those are some of the things which really in that short time the people were really fighting. And that's the NRM government. That's very bad policy to want people to be what? Poor, so that they can rule them on peanuts. So there was a story, a book, which I will share with you, Kabishenge,
Yeah.
Robert,
Yeah.
which was written about the politics of how, again, government took over with this cooperative, written by a Mzungu man who was from California.
Yes.
It's in a soft copy
Yes. Please
with
share.
the people. They read it. Yeah, it's a very good book. It reads about how Bugisu was fought by government. Book was written in 1960, I think, 8. That was bought as a government. So these are wars. That war about coffee was in Bugisu. You remember people, yeah, we were not yet born, or you were born, but you're a kid. Demonstration, of course, you're not yet born. Of course, me, I was born in 1966, but I look young
Yeah.
because of coffee.
So
So,
let me you talking about book.
so I'll share that book, the politics. And whatever you say the words here is basically, it is those cooperatives and the coffee in Bugisu, which is really was the problem. And I want to tell you that even on the New York board, there
Mm.
was Bugisu AA. Right now it's not there. When you go the board, they say extinct. Do you know why? Because when it was removed, it couldn't come. But we tell people that Bugisu AA still exists. But that's the time,
Actually,
of course.
a
Mm.
very good friend who's probably actually listening told me a very interesting story because his father used to work there as well. He said to me that New York Exchange would wait to find out how many kilograms Bugisu Cooperative Union was producing before they would set their prices. Because
Exactly. Now you have talked to the story. Hmm? Hmm?
so
And right now, the crisis we have
mm,
is that many people now, these traders whom I'm talking, not just cooperative union,
mm,
are coming in Mbale.
mm,
You have heard about Meru
mm,
Coffee in Kenya.
mm, mm,
It is now one of the popular coffee in the whole world. It has the premium price.
mm,
Now, Meru Coffee cannot produce that coffee.
mm.
So what they do, they come in Mbale, in Bugisu, they buy our coffee. They take it to Kenya and ship it as Meru what? Meru coffee. But it's not coffee. We feel bad about it, but here the government should have really. That's why we've been fighting with the UCDA, working with the UCDA to see how best do we come back to our international to get our space back. And that's when again they will determine. You get people talking that they're selling organic, they're doing that. It's our coffee. It's not their coffee. And in Bugisu, we have small places, plots of land. Now, these small plots of land, no farmer can really put fertilizers. We use our organic fertilizer, that is manure, rubbish from the house and whatever, and that's what we do. So all our coffee in the region is organic. But because also certification is a huge problem to be have organic certificate, is a nasty. So and that's what we have been working on, by the way. And we're going to use it here to really assist us because we wanted to certify about a minimum of about maybe 20,000 farmers. Of course, certify one farmer is a lot of money, about I think more than 1 million shilling. So those are things we have been working on. So Bugisu coffee is the best coffee in the region, in the world, and even Ethiopia knows it is the best coffee. Even Vietnam knows it is the best coffee. The only problem we have is that we have not got a space in the world to know that this is our coffee coming in. Rwanda government,
Mm,
how did they succeed?
mm.
The president of Rwanda had to go, you have heard about
Costa,
Costa,
yeah,
yeah,
Costa
Costco.
Coffee,
No, Costa, yeah, it's called Costa, but Costco
Costa.
is is a very, very big chain of Nani in America.
Mm.
Very big. It's very big, Costco. Costco. It's called Costco. Cost and CO.
Costco, yes,
Costco.
yes, 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 yes,
Then there's Starbucks.
yes.
The president of Rwanda had to send his private jet to pick the president of Starbucks to, to come to Rwanda and tell them about coffee, Rwanda coffee, and send back. Then he went and brought the one of Costco and send it, and also came and said. So Rwanda now also started marketing their coffee at rail stations, at metro, in churches in America. They're saying Rwanda coffee. Now Rwanda coffee, you go to Starbucks, they say this is Rwanda coffee. Do they have that coffee? No. They also come and they get our Uganda coffee. Then they take it in the name of Rwanda what? Rwanda coffee. So these are things that the government should now be having been coming and say, well, how do we strengthen UCDA so that we go to the market as Uganda, and the money which will come in, one, will help our economy. Of course, you remove poverty, the economy will grow, and that's what will be what you need. As a leader, you need a booming economy, not a downground economy which was full of beggars.
So
So
let
that's
me.
how.
You've
So
actually
that's
raised the issue. So let me actually put it directly to you. If the best way for us to be competitive and to do all of these things means a strengthening of UCDA, so now why are we dismantling it? Why are we removing it?
that's why we're asking the people, because you see, I went to the committee.
Yes.
Uh, they want also thank the committee for accepting. But the previous day, those are the days I was going to and then even I told the speaker that please let us wait the coffee. We may need to go to the field and start talking to the people and
Yes.
hear. And
Yes.
he said even if it means us meeting the president, I'm ready to go and meet him on coffee. Now let me explain about what we're saying. Why I
Yes.
went to the committee, I said UCDA was formed for purpose of quality control of coffee. You understand?
Yes.
And
Yes.
it went ahead to get accreditation internationally.
Yes.
When you take our coffee out, it must have a seal of UCDA. And when it has a seal of UCDA, then that's Uganda coffee is good. Hmm?
Yes. Yes.
And accreditation does not take a week, does not take a year. It takes years.
True.
That's something which has been built.
Yes.
Now, UCDA earns money from sales tax. Sales. Eh?
Yes. Which, by the
No,
way, we were told they took it to Treasury. Now it's the UR.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, now when they collect it to treasury. Now let
Mm,
me give an example. Assuming they have collected 80 billion,
mm,
and they have used 40 billion, it means the government has got an excess of 40 billion
mm, mm.
in the sales tax.
Yes.
Now, that means UCDA is a self-sustaining organization which also contributes
The Treasury.
to treasury. But
Mm,
also, who are the owners? These are the coffee farmers who are doing it. It's not getting from treasury, that they are getting a taxpayers' money to run it. It's not from payers you earn. It's not from customer duties. It's not from VAT. It's not from road toll. No, it is the fuel tax. No, it's from the owners of the industry who are paying. So an institution of that nature cannot be one of those which can be treated as a parasite. So what you do as a nation is to improve the institution where it has weaknesses to become stronger. And then when it becomes stronger, then it will provide services you will earn. Our interest is to have more bags of coffee. The Robusta coffee, which was taken to Brazil, is doing well. Brazil has won us. The coffee which is grown in Vietnam, Vietnam had to get seedlings from Uganda. That Robusta, they got it from Uganda, the seedlings. Now they are doing the manga, the leading world producers of what? Of coffee. So
17
what are
million
we
bags.
doing? I think we're getting everything wrong. If the product of coffee is very good, you know the second traded commodity after oil is coffee.
Coffee.
So coffee is like oil, but now instead of being in the car, it is drunk by human beings. The
Mm.
population is increasing, which takes coffee. That means the demand of coffee is on increase. As the cars increase, the demand is on fuel, oil. As people increase, the demand is on what?
Coffee.
On coffee. You remember during the late Wapakabulo's time,
Yes.
when he was the Minister of Foreign Affairs,
Yes.
Uganda decided to open a company in Kenya, in China,
Yes.
where they showed Uganda 50%, China 50%. You remember that Uganda China Coffee Company, where they took even this guy called Solomon, Solomon,
Rutega.
yes, Rutega
Yes.
as the manager. They
Yes.
took Dick Wadada as
Yes.
the quality controller. You remember Dick Odada? Of course, Dick Odada, somewhere, I think, because maybe he comes from a wrong region, they threw him back here. Yeah? Rutega remained there, eventually ended up becoming, he's now an ambassador. Yeah?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
what was the purpose? Was to promote our coffee, eh? So that the Chinese who have been drinking tea takes coffee. Our argument was simply like this.
Yes.
The Chinese are 1.5 million Chinese. If we only get 10% of the Chinese, that's 150. And each of them takes only 1 cup at $1. That's $150 million. Are you getting me?
Yes, I
So
am.
$150 million to an economy like Bugisu, Uganda is a lot of money. That's
Yes.
how we wanted it to do. I don't know what happened. I think China Coffee Company most likely must have collapsed because I no longer hear about it. If it is there, it has been taken over by individuals. Now, in the wisdom of some other officials in Uganda, they decided to go and open one in Egypt. Eh? I think in Egypt they took $3 million, they ate it and it collapsed. They told me they are going to open another one in Denmark. Now, we had got a virgin market in China. Instead of concentrating, improving it, the Chinese take understand our coffee, we would be there. Also, the Japanese were doing the same. So all these things were raising that we must be having people who have bewitched Uganda, that people can have something good going to happen, then eventually they what? They turn around. And some of us were ready to, you see, Robert, I
Yeah.
want to state,
Mm.
we needed to tell the president of Uganda, he should talk to us, not people who are just in those code offices, who are just busy flying up and down, who are just coming with ideas with their personal motive. We have sentiments for our own people to be able to be rich, have economically empowered, and that's what we want. And we want to meet him and tell him there are things you are doing which are not right. And this is the best way to do it. So UCDA is a very big, good organization. It came out of Coffee Marketing Board. You remember Coffee Marketing Board was there, which was marketing. Now,
Yes.
after when they disbanded the Coffee Marketing Board,
Yes.
UCDA comes up. And UCDA was coming with a product which is very good. That is coffee. By the way, the difference between the coffee and the cotton is grown every year. You are
Mm.
aware.
Mm.
Eh? But
Where?
for us, coffee, the moment you have our trees, eh? Good season you'll get good. Bad season you get bad. Good price you get until you just maintain. And the advantage again, coffee is not like tea and cotton. For us, coffee under the coffee plantations, you put beans.
Yes.
You put pumpkins.
Yes.
You have trees where you can also get some firewood flowing down.
I
Because
still
when you
have
have trees,
I still
that's
have I
hmm?
still have Gonja
You go on, yeah.
in
Matoke grows very well in the coffee and whatever.
yeah.
So with Matoke, this is a good product where you only pick off at a season, but it remains as a tree. It has a good environment. It's not. It has no negativity on environment. It in fact makes the environment better. So that's the product we should be promoting so that everybody goes. Now, do we say UCDA? Of course, UCDA would be the best to do with it, and you can't take it to agriculture because
But
agriculture has
one
so
of
many farmers,
one of
so many products. In fact, one time when we were in Parliament, the Honorable Kazora, I know you know him, eh?
yes, John.
John, he got up and said, if we close the agriculture, will anything happen to people of Uganda? The whole Parliament said, nothing will happen. In fact, they might become even better, eh? That means the Minister of Agriculture, which has extension workers, is not doing its work. Minister of Agriculture is promoting no product. And now some of the entities which are coming, by the way, NGOs have taken space in some of these areas. So
So
that's why you
one of the
say why
criticisms
we
I
some of
wanted.
us are very
le-
sentimental on UCDA. So I went to the committee. I
Yes.
told them this is an institution which is providing even a service. I gave an example. Uganda Law Society is for lawyers. Am I right? Eh?
Yes. Yes.
Now the lawyers contribute a lot in the judiciary processes.
Yes.
If and the how the law society is run, members contribute.
Yes.
Now, if you close the Uganda Law Society, you will have a big effect of regulations of the lawyers.
Yes.
I come from Institute of Certified Public Accountants,
Yes.
ICPA Uganda. It
Yes.
also members contribute. It's the one regulating the accountants. The economy of Uganda is built on accountants. The economy of even lawyers have built an economy because if I'm buying land and I must have a good agreement, whatever it is.
Mm.
Yeah. So you treat UCDA as ICPA Uganda, as Uganda Law Society. Let it be a service provider. Members contribute because members contribute. We, the farmers of coffee, are the one who make that institution to stay. Should you don't need it to you give it the law, make it leave it to run on itself, collect tax it if you want. So they will collect all these 80 billion, then they spend some, they make the balance, you apply corporation what?
Tax.
Corporation tax. Now even in the 40 billion they use, there are those who pay as you earn. Eh?
Yes.
If you pay me my money, let me tell you, Robert,
Mm.
I go to a supermarket, I buy sugar, which is at 33%. Of course, 18% plus the other taxes comes about 33%.
Mm.
I buy airtime, 33%. Those are taxes. If you came to my home, I bought you some beer.
But
Beer is, I think, almost tax
honorable,
100%.
honorable,
So, yes.
let me stop you there for a moment because I need to take you back. You said
Yeah, I'm going to go back and be sure I'm ready to go with you. Even if you want to sit with me for 10 hours today, I'm ready.
no, I was saying I wanted you to explain to us. You went to the committee. You
Mm.
explained these things to them. You showed them like
Perfect.
why
Mm.
why did they not see it? Why are they so bent on what is the argument? Because we've one of the
No, the committee saw. You see, let me tell you, that day we went, we are with the Buganda and the Bugisu.
mm,
Buganda presented.
mm,
He also presented. And none of us wanted to leave the other until we finished.
mm,
Now, the issue was the committee saw sense, but they fell short. And I think where we are getting wrong
mm,
is people fearing to tell the president what's right. And you insist. Eh?
mm.
And I can tell you, I even when the speaker, I told her, I am ready to face the president, telling him that you are having wrong advisors in this country.
Mm.
So the committee saw it. Even they put in the report that this one is self-sustaining, it collects money. But when it came to the recommendation, they said the rationalization. We have a problem. They should have got stuck on their guns, but they are being threatened. Eh? I have heard Pastor Rwanda saying that when he's mentioned about coffee, somebody high called him and said, uh, you must stop, you'll be killed. Surely, why? Why threatening people? This is our country. As if the person who's threatening or was threatening will not die. So the committee saw, but when it came to recommendation, is where they went to promote. That's why there's a minority report.
So what
And
does
by the way, if you see it, everybody who was speaking in the house was saying UCDA should stay. Instead, it should improve it. It should
yes?
improve it. We cannot deny weaknesses. But what is the Minister of Agriculture an angel?
But
That
actually,
the
one
angels
of
there.
honorable one of the criticisms and the objections to it being moved is that actually the Ministry of Agriculture is dysfunctional.
Complete. I have told you, Kazora, in Kumbe, he had mentioned it in the sixth parliament. Me, I came in the seventh parliament. He said, I'm repeating what I said in the sixth parliament. If Minister of Agriculture is closed today, will Uganda, the NFM agree and cry? Everybody said no. Hmm?
Mm,
Even me, I can state now.
mm.
I know you are my son. You are now trying to do coffee. Have you seen an agriculture officer coming to your place?
No.
In fact, if you want him, you must pay him. In fact, the advice he will bring will be the one you are telling him. He has no advice to give. They have no advice.
Mm.
Eh? So why we are saying that agriculture is a dysfunctional, there's a lot of things. You see, even fisheries. Eh? Now that's why there's army on the lakes chasing people who are dealing with fish. That means the department does not function. It means it should be managed by defense. But coffee is not having any problem that you need the army to come and manage it. Coffee, the farmers themselves regulate themselves using UCDA because for example, in Bugisu for us, if you brought a bad coffee, nobody will take it. Nobody. And our coffee, when we mill it, you must pick it. That's why our coffee is 100% zero defect.
So
Hmm?
one of the roles they play is enforcing standards.
Exactly. First of all, they have accreditation because they have enforced standards like UNBS almost. Now, the standards, the international world have agreed that they are not the international coffee organization, which people everybody is clamoring on. The international, the buyers,
Mm.
all buyers don't go to ISO. ISO is just a place where people come like we are going to have to tell how many deals we made in selling coffee this year and whatever, how many quarters Brazil. It's a club for maybe people to go and have a holiday.
Socializing.
But international world, you will get roasters who are not members of ISO. Now they say if you get coffee from UCDA with a seal of UCDA from Uganda, that's good coffee. So when are you going to get the seal? It has taken 10 years to get it. And now you want to start again with agriculture. They say, no way. We must find out if the Ministry of Agriculture is doing the right thing.
So
So it will take a minimum of 10 years to get that accreditation. In fact, now what we
how
have been
how
fighting, which is
how does that affect prices?
the coffee.
If
No, the moment
mm,
you see the moment you are no longer accredited, you will sell as if you are selling anything which has no value, which has no value. So when it has no value, they will give you anything at a cheaper price. But what we're trying to tell you that the current state, why this president, I don't see why the president is also saying they have not done anything much. The prices you are seeing is a result one. The world, of course, the president in coffee will always change depending on the boom of the other side and whatever. But also even the world, they will look for product which is good. They don't buy anything. They don't buy garbage. Eh? So now the garbage which the coffee
by
now
the
they're saying,
way,
well,
sorry
hmm?
again to barge in, even the ones who locally are claiming they're doing value addition, they also want very high quality coffee. They are not
Of
buying, they're
course,
not buying rubbish, they're not buying everything, they'll buy the best.
the best. Huh? But those local ones, you see, when I saw, and you see again, that's where we get a problem. I'm not jealous of the Inspire Uganda, even if they are taking their money, stealing it, whatever,
Mm,
from building that Intongamo factory.
mm,
I am not against.
mm,
Let them do their factory.
mm,
We believe that if the president is serious, he would say, we now need another factory in eastern Uganda.
mm.
Where is the coffee? You don't have to take it to Tororo. Eh? You don't have to take it to Soroti. You have to take it where the product is now.
Yes,
That's in Bugisu.
yes,
Now you come Bugisu, can we partner with you? He said, yes, we have land here in Kamoto. We have 120 acres. You know, we're the richest people in Uganda by the Bugisu.
yes.
We have a lot of land. As much as the Omurugwas and the team sold some of it,
Mm,
the hotel went and that. We are the ones. Or we have land in Bulamboli, 3,300 acres. You're aware of that.
yes.
Come and we put it here. You want how many acres? Even on that 3,300 acres, you can put a demonstration what?
Farm.
Farm. Eh? We're not like in Tungam, which is being built in a small here and whatever.
Mm,
So then you go to Buganda. Where is it? Masaka? Put. Then you go to West Northern Uganda. Oh, well, now we have in Zombo or Arua. Let us put. You understand?
yes,
Now everybody grows. So now people will make a decision. If I'm in Soroti and Karamoja, do I take it to West Nile? No, Mbale is near.
yes,
Eh? Those one in Guru, those near Nani, do I take it to Arua or Zombo, or I take something like that? That's how countries are developed. So, are developed. Now you don't have. So for me, I'm not jealous of Ntungamu. Let them do their thing, whichever way they have got their money. But if it's a national policy, a government policy, it should also come to all other regions and say every region we have the original 4 regions. We should have everywhere this way facility. Even for packing meat, we should have it. Even if for what, Guinea, we should bring back our ginaries of coffee, of
Cotton.
cotton. We should.
So,
Because we are very rich. You are aware in the whole
so
world, the best cotton comes from Namulesa. You know
in
Namulesa?
Busoga,
Hmm?
yes,
Yes. But now they no longer grow it. So I am not against. So what we're trying to say,
yes,
even those who are claiming that they can add value, they should do it. We in the Bugisu Cooperative Union, we're making Ergon Pride. I hope you are seeing it. Our
yes,
plant is too small. We don't
yes.
make soluble oil with coffee. We make the other one, which has which you just put in hot water, then it sinks down, which is also good. It
It's the
tastes
best
well.
actually. It's better than soluble coffee.
It's soluble. You, as you are drinking it, you can chew some of those. The only thing after finishing, you must go to the bathroom and rinse your teeth. But you would have
Yes,
enjoyed the coffee. You will be healthy. You will be everything. So that one we are not against. And by the way, such a factory, we let me tell you, even the government does not need to give us free money. It can come and say, we're bringing this. You walk around, you pay us, we leave. That's how government is developed. You come, you say, we have given you $100 million, do whatever you can after finishing. When
give
you
us
make
back
your
our
money,
money.
we give you money. So every year, they say, okay, every year we are going to pay you. By the way, when you have given that and it's making money, you can say every year we're paying you $10 million. Within 10 years, the money is back. Where you have
So,
made more money, it is back.
so let
You see the problem is that there's some who look for money from government for free money. We are like Bagis, we don't want free money. We want money to use for. In fact, Eastern Ugandans, people from Eastern Uganda are like that. They want to develop. They don't want free things.
so
So,
let me. I want to remind you in 2019
mm,
when this law, which is now being amended, was brought again. It caused a lot of controversy. The way it was managed at that time, and then subsequently passed 2 years later, was there was a process of consultation with the stakeholders. Again, in 2022, I think it was when we had the controversy about the Pineti agreement and the matter wound up in the Committee of Parliament. Again, there was extensive discussion involving the stakeholders. How come that this time somehow this thing seems to have gone very quickly through a committee, from a committee to the parliament, and to the parliament and to a vote? Why such an important issue? I mean, you're a legislator. Now I would like you to wear your hat of a legislator. What should be the right process? Especially because there is stiff opposition to removing UCDA by the stakeholders.
well, you said we shall talk about cooperatives later. I'll talk about them. But let me start as a member of parliament. We see member
Yes.
of time parliament, we are supposed to make laws, which laws should be really acceptable by the population. Hmm?
Yeah. Mm.
You don't have to make a law to legislate a law which will maybe make other people oppress others. Yeah? You
Yeah.
remember when URA was trying to bring laws to make them inefficient so that the law is the one they use to collect money from people, there are some laws were passed which are not right in the tax system. Now, a law like that, you are supposed to consult. It's like the marriage bill. You remember the marriage divorce,
Yes.
marriage and a divorce. It's
Yes.
to actually tell the sheriff, this is like also lives of people. Divorce is not a simple thing. Marriage is not a simple thing. You
Yes.
must consult. Now,
Yes.
this coffee now, you are telling everybody to dig a coffee. It's
Mm.
a very serious matter. You must also consult. And that's why when I went to the committee,
Mm.
uh, now I was trying to explain to you, when we were in in the house on Wednesday,
Mm.
people said it was a Wednesday.
Mm.
Said, no, 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 don't get out. They are bringing the coffee what? The coffee bill. We said, no, they said something in the newspaper for people to come and make presentations. We have asked the committee for us, we are going either tomorrow or Friday. Why should they bring it today? We sat. Then, luckily enough, we talked to the speaker. The speaker said, no, 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 no. We're going to follow the calendar. But then he said, we're going to make presentations. But we would request you. This law, I would suggest to go to the public, go to the
Mm.
people and talk to them. Let
Mm.
us go, let us go and educate people. First, let us go with those four, and let us go with those against.
Mm.
Forget about while we're there. This was someone telling me, no, president has been informed that money is exchanging hands to allow the people, these entities not to go like UCDA. I said, where's the money?
Mhm.
No money has done. We're talking, I'm a farmer. Eh?
Yes.
What can you say? Me, I know what's good for my farmers because I grow the coffee. I said the president is being misled. And you know, this country of ours, Uganda, is very funny.
Mm.
When you want somebody to run away, you say you have eaten. Yeah, you have been bribed.
Eh.
You join. I am arguing. You see, even going to see Museveni as the president of Uganda, somebody was saying that as a cross. No, I
Mm.
am going to talk about the. It's not wrong to meet a president. You understand? That's why people make a mistake.
Mm.
I want to meet him and explain to him. I have not come here on the issues of opposition or politics. I have come here on the issues of the livelihood of the people of Uganda and our economy. Because
Yes.
we have only one country, Uganda, and we need it. So that's when I was going to travel. I was going for annual meetings of World Bank and IMF. I
Yes.
said, please, let us have this the FUD. You see, I tried to make all contacts so that the speaker said, we shall try. I think me, in my view, I
Mm.
think the reason why it has not gone to the committee level, I think
Mm.
is because of our sentiments we raised and we need to talk. Eh? Of
Mm.
course, they passed it to go to the committee, but it has not gone to what? The committee. Parliament
Mm.
has put on hold for sign die. We should continue engaging. And
Mm.
our job is to meet, I think, the president and explain to him
Mm.
because we're explaining to him, he knows us. We're not
Yes.
coming to ask to beg. No,
Yes.
no. We're not looking for us. We're not coming to beg.
Mm.
If I want money, I can go and work in a World Bank, but come back to civil service. But not there. We have passed that stage. We're coming to talk about what is good for our country, and
Mm.
that's what we want to meet. So now the committee does that. So we want us to throw this bill again back to the population.
Right.
Hmm?
Mm.
Go to the population. We
Mm.
talk to them.
Mm.
When I had the Katikro saying, and the president saying, where was he when we were talking about Katikro coffee? No, the president is making those are arrogant statements. A leader
Mm.
should not talk like that. Eh?
Mm.
Katikro is talking about what the people are saying. It's very bad for us to have again demonstration on coffee. In the 60s, the people already the demonstrations. Of course, you have seen the thing which is saturating. Hmm?
Yes.
In the 60s. Somebody had to send it to us. You know where it came from? It
No.
came from UK. Eh? That's it.
Wow.
I think somebody went in archives and got it and sent. He said, this is what happened in the 60s. There was a demonstration because of coffee. And this will be very dangerous even if you bring army men. You will keep them, they will keep quiet, they will keep the people, but people will be holding down there with anger. It should be some law whereby we should discuss with sincerity. It has somebody, people's level. In fact, coffee is not for coffee growers. Even those who are non-coffee growers who sell tangawuzi, who sell their beers,
No,
who
but
sell their...
even honorable. I mean,
So when I get money, I buy.
honorable. The crop
Mm.
earns $1 billion for Uganda.
Mm.
That's not just for the coffee farmers. It's for everybody. It's for the economy. And it could earn a lot more if we had a sober discussion about which direction to take. Because you see, at the moment, it is as if the people involved in the sector don't know anything, and only one or two people seem to be driving the conversation, as if the rest of us, especially like me who is growing coffee, that anything we say doesn't really matter. How can that possibly be?
No. That can't happen. You see, that's where we go wrong. Uh, Robert, we go wrong in that context. In fact, even me,
Mm.
as I speak, I am ready to face anybody. You know, I want to tell them, well, I'm back in the country over the weekend.
Right.
We want to tell people that please stop demonizing people who are talking what they know. Let us explain to you. You can be a minister of agriculture, but you don't know what is agriculture. Eh? You can be a minister. You see, when Ramirama was talking, Ramirama Bright, I like him, by the way, but the way he was talking at that time, I don't think that was Ramirama. I used to know who was speaking. He must have been speaking of different things. So we needed to have a real positive, sober conversation on coffee. It's like now, are we going, if we're removing UCDA, are we removing the National Oil Company? Are we removing it? Are we removing it?
Of course, that one has been ring fenced.
Yeah, if we're, because we have said the second traded commodity after oil is coffee. So let us also remove Nile oil. Let us remove National Oil Company.
But let me ask,
let us remove them.
I'm now
Take
asking,
them to back to the Ministry of Agriculture because they are just consuming taxpayers' money. But that's not the case we want to do.
let's
We must be.
actually, the thing is, maybe we need to have two different conversations. We need to have a conversation about coffee and what to do about its regulation and sale, but maybe we need to revisit the debate on rationalization. Some of the recommendations which were made in 2016 may no longer be relevant. So you as a
No,
legislator,
Robert. There are entities you can rationalize. Eh? Are you getting me?
yeah,
Eh? There are
Uganda,
those you can.
Uganda Export Promotions Board can be together with the Uganda Investment Authority and Uganda Tourism Board and so you can move and there will be very little disruption to economic activity.
Yeah, because what is export promotion is it is for them. It is exporting our tourism. It is exporting our crops. Whatever I'm trying to talk. So those are can come. But coffee, what are you going to do with it? You understand? You want to put it in Ministry of Agriculture. What are you doing? Unless you want the sector to die. Yeah, you want the sector to die. But also, what I wanted to put again
Yes,
is that, of course, when they were making these authorities, I was in Parliament.
yes.
I was saying, please, these things are going to be a monster tomorrow. Please let us remove them. Why are you insisting? They said, no, 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 they must come back. I have an issue which I must set here with myself. When we're forming UNRWA, I said, what's the difference means of works with engineers and the UNRWA, which is not being either. I don't know if it was not facilitated to have their own equipment to build roads. Because me, when they were saying, I said, if you're forming an entity which is going to build their own roads, I would be happy. But not to have a procurement entity, just to be the one procuring contractors of roads, I don't accept. eh. So there are those which are there, which are really, which were formed for people to earn money. But there are those ones, we know them. They're even the most expensive, we remove them.
So we know. So would the case I'm making, the argument I'm making is get Parliament to revisit both initiatives separately, have a discussion on rationalization, and reopen it and say which areas of public service should we rationalize, because we're only looking at agencies, but there are also other government departments that could actually be rationalized.
Exactly. You can rationalize. Why should you have a construction company in the Ministry of Health, in the Ministry of Education, in the Ministry of another a Department of Construction, when you have Ministry of Works? You get me?
There's even the army has a construction brigade.
Yes. If the army wants to construct, let them work under Ministry of Works. Say, all the engineers of who are in UPDF, ah, we are under Ministry of Works because works, that's his job. Huh? Now,
So
when you say why should you have? There are so many things
let's get
which really.
let's get back to the other conversation about cooperatives. And one of the things that pleasantly surprised me was that Bugisu Cooperative Union traces its origins to 1917, 1918. That's according
Yes,
to Professor Luanga Lunyigo.
Chiboma.
He writes
Yeah,
and he actually
yeah, that's true. 1917. Mm.
so
And
yeah, gone.
mm, yeah, that's true. They trace there. That's where you come when we are the first people. We made what we call a Bugisu Coffee scheme.
Yes.
I hope you have heard about the Bugisu Coffee scheme.
Bugisu Coffee
The reason
scheme,
was
setting
we
up
said,
setting up a
yes,
processing plant in Bubulo. You know that I
exactly.
have a sentimental attachment to Bubulo. So so the question to you is, with that long experience, what can BCU teach us about cooperatives and how they can advance the interests of farmers?
Robert, again, the way government came and killed the cooperatives was wrong. But again, the way they were saying they are revisiting them is also wrong. You don't stop cooperatives from on top. Cooperative starts from where? Down. And it's individuals. First come, they cooperate, then they say we have seen what we're doing. Well, let us also cooperate with the other cooperative society and whatever. That's how they do it. And that's why my argument has been from day one that we can bring back all the cooperatives if we decided we are determined. One, let me give an example of which is cooperative union. You have said they started in 1970. That's the story. And why they came up was that the Indians were exploiting them.
Yes.
You know that story.
Yes.
Eh? Then they said, no, we must come together and see how to deal with that Indian. It was called the name formerly. He had two places he was operating. In a place called Mayense, you're in Buburo, and he came up to Buwele. That's where his place is in Bugisu, where he was operating.
But
Eh?
by the way, that
Na-
structure in Mayenze for that Indian, it is still there up to today.
Yes. Yeah, it is there, and Buburo, and Nani is there in Buwele.
Yes.
Where is in as you are going to Budadi,
Yes.
after Buyobo sub county down there.
Yes.
Now they came together. Now the first society to be formed, if you are aware, is in this place Vumasifa.
Yes.
Eh? That was the first one.
Mm.
Then they formed the other one which you are talking about in Buburo.
Yes.
Those were the first primary societies. Now those two primary societies were the original ones.
Yes.
If you go there, even the governor came from Entebbe to install them with the commissioner of cooperatives. Huh? The commissioner of cooperatives, then Mzungu, and the governor, what is calling or something. They're the ones who came from Entebbe to inaugurate them. Now, that's how the people started. Now, here in 1954, Bugisu Cooperative Union is formed.
Yes.
Now, of course, it meant that the union was being formed by members who were primary what?
Processors.
Societies.
Primary societies.
Exactly. So the primary societies came together to form the union in 1954. That's why you hear the story of 1917. So that's how they form the primary societies come to form the union. Of course, the union is a secondary society. So Bugisu Cooperative Union is a secondary. The members there are primary societies. Me and you, Robert, cannot be a member of Bugisu Cooperative Union directly. You must be from a what? A primary what?
Society.
Society.
Yeah.
That's why we say we have 299 members. That means the members are the primary what?
Society.
Societies. So the promiscuities are the ones who have individuals like me and you who come together, those individuals, and the minimum under the law should be 30. Under the law should be 30. So you form Okusamaga, GCS, you form Mutambo Yonga, GCS, Namubi GCS, you understand?
Yes.
So those are the ones who form the GCS, those are the members. So we have an average of 2,000 members in every society. Of course, some of the members are dormant, but that's where those few who make it remain. So now those are the members who form Bugisu Cooperative Union. How did we do it right? We had to go and look for members because nobody should have come from the top to say that no, Bugisu Cooperative Union is here. We are doing everything for members. No, you must go for the members themselves and tell the members, this is your union. Come back. So and now the members, those are primary societies, they tell their farmers, come back. And that's how we did it. And that's how we have cooperative societies, primary, and back the union.
So.
And of course, with our leadership, which I must say I'm proud of, is that you can, there are people who can say, they say, when I wanted to leave the union in 2020, there was a demonstration in the Bugisu Cooperative Union. They say, you man, where are you going? Unless you are selling us, you have sold us Bugisu. A huge one, and the people were fighting because they knew they can sleep home. Their entity is safer in my hands. And that's what we do. That's why you see us talking about coffee. So now farmers, build confidence. For a society to be confident, that's how they can bring their coffee in the primary societies, and they know that the coffee will come to the union. Of course, we got a problem in the middle there. There are some primary societies which were not acting well. The farmers would give them coffee. Instead of bringing it to the union, they would sell to Chagulanye, Kaokom, or Olam, and whatever. And that one brought a lot of problems. And many the people came up for it. They would come and say, when we're paying farmers that we've got some money we're paying, we would put an announcement on the radio. Now, when
Mm,
people say, "Oh, we just cooperative union are not giving us our money,"
mm,
they will be comfortable. They will be
mm,
happy. So when we discover someone taking our advantage on that, whenever we're going to pay money to farmers, we announce that every farmer is going to get money, and we would even mention the primary site how much you are going to get. So that's how farmers said, "No, this leader is very bad. He chased many leaders, and
mm.
of course, in the process of chasing very many leaders, we have now even established better. Recently, there was a real nasty experience whereby everybody got up and said, "No, we must change leaders," and indeed
Yes,
they changed it. And
yes.
we believe we talk to the farmers, we tell everybody who is there in leadership, sir, be careful. The guys, if you come to do the work of the farmers, be a
Mm.
real farmer. Be a good leader, otherwise the people and we have administered it ourselves. You
So,
understand?
so tell me, what are the things that you do for the farmers that make them feel that belonging to a cooperative society is such a big benefit? And how can others, smallholder farmers in areas that are either just starting or where these societies collapsed, what would you advise them to do for farmers?
One, first of all, what we do for farmers to see, I said that, first of all, confidence building. That is, you must be trustworthy, with integrity, and accountable. And responsible, of course. That's what we are. Now, because of the leadership at BCU being at that level, it's one which we make sure it is a replica down there. Now, when a farmer brings his coffee, a coffee in our houses is a gold. Now we have very weak houses with weak doors. A farmer may not want money immediately, may want to keep his coffee. So he takes it to primary society, the primary society brings it to the union. The union is the one which has the capacity to keep the coffee until when you need your money. And
Mm,
that money, what coffee we have done, we issue with a receipt. By the time the warehouse receipt which you are talking about came, we have confidence in the farmers that whenever you bring your coffee, we give you a note that we have received your coffee. You can
mm,
go to any bank now in Bugisu now, Abusa, where we are,
mm,
Housing Finance, Post Bank, and you get money. You just put in your thing, that is credit, and we say when we're paying, we shall deduct the money. And the economy, if you are not aware, our warehouse receipt is working, and the farmers are getting. Then we have also BCU Community Circle. Our circle is grown up now. If you better come and see the only successful circle now is the Bugisu Cooperative Union Circle. Now this circle is where members can put there. If you have your money, you put there. Those who want to borrow money to take children to school, they go there. And the guarantor is the Bugisu Cooperative Union that this farmer, when he brings his coffee or he has his coffee, when he gets his money, he will pay you. Now the circle now as we speak now, it is over I think 2 billion shilling as it's working. Now that's the confidence we're building now. What does the farmer get? Is very sure if he comes to Bugisu, he's sure he'll get money to take his children to school. He's sure if he needs medical attention, he will do it. If he wants money for his business, he will get it. If he wants maybe health issue, he will get it. Also, we behave socially. As a Bugisu Cooperative Union, we must be social, with social responsibility. We participate in the community. Of course, one of the most one is the believed ones when people die, but also there are those who others like making small roads, they are building churches, they are building mosques. We are really participating in those areas, even in water. And that's why everybody now knows that Bugisu Cooperative Union and their premises are doing work. Now, children who go to school, we have now, if you're a farmer, you only need a minimum of 300 kilograms, you qualify to have your child on the university to get a scholarship. And that's also has come in to help. Now, a farmer knows that if he takes his coffee to a primary society, he will be sure his child will go to school. Now somebody will say, Nandala, your father maybe was around, or your grandfather, what would he be? How will he benefit when he has no child? No. With the coffee, we say even if it's your grandchild, even if it's your grandchild, you will get. Even if it is your grandchild, will get. So that's how farmers have come back to build confidence in the Bugisu Cooperative Union and their primary societies. We cannot assess the farmer on the top. It's the primary society which assesses the farmer. So that's why I mean that if we're going to get you to participate, to be like to benefit in the scholarship, it is the primary society which says this farmer is the one who did it, and this is the evidence, and the BC's job is to do that, to remit the money to the university. We don't give them cash. We remit to the university.
Now,
Now, uh, eh,
go on. Sorry.
so that one has really built confidence. Now we have empowered the primary societies to do the right thing. And even when the names have been selected, they are pinned on a notes board, on the notes board that these farmers have benefited from the scholarships. Now,
Mm,
also the other advantage we have, of course, now let me give an example like me, Nandala. I
mm,
cannot make sure my child benefits from that scheme. Those we have talked to people who were a bit better, who have said, no, for you, you're a coffee farmer, but let us help the more poor. So there are those who have, even if he has qualified, he would say, okay, let others qualify, benefit. So that one, because of those who are seeding space, we are getting more of the we cannot say poor because they have something. Some of the poor is the one who has died. There are those who have lower income to have the mega better beneficiary for their children going to the university. Now, because of that, farmers says, I'm taking my coffee to Bugisu Cooperative Union through my primary society because my child will go to school. When I need a loan to take my child to school, I'll get. When I need money for health, I'll get. If I need money to buy iron sheets, now we have even been giving seedlings. We decided to open up what we call youth and the women. Now again, I want to talk about youth and the women. Let me start with women. In Bugisu, we had a very bad culture that all the money belongs to the man. And the women they toil. At the end of the day, the man picks the money, he spends as he wants. In fact, when he has just got the money, if he has been drinking from a near place, he goes a bit farther and he comes back when the money was over. So I came up with a policy. I said,
oh,
please,
oh, he comes
let
with
us.
another wife.
Yeah. In fact, that's why you saw in the 2010, many women hated me and 20 that I made their husbands very rich and they married more women. But I said, well, those were poor married people. Now, but eventually, of course, the women forgave me. They said that it was the culture of our husband which were bad manners. Now, what we decided, we said, let us start by giving 30% of your income from the coffee to the woman, your wife. Of course, that one I got resistance from men. Eh? But I put up my leg. I said, even if you bring a shadow wife, you bring. My brother, my son Kawshenga, let me tell you what happened. When a
Mm,
woman would get money,
mm,
she would run home straight. Do you know what
mm.
they did? She
No.
would buy an exercise book for a child, a
Mm,
pen. If they have been not having a good blanket, she would buy. You know, our culture where people were using the mummies, gomasses to cover themselves, started buying blankets. Now, she would buy cement and make a floor a bit better. You understand? So, men said, hey, life at home is changing.
mm.
In their own meeting, they come and say, some said, no, we have agreed where women should take 50%. It was passed.
Really?
Eh? Yes, you ask them, but guess why they said women who so the premise said when you get the money, 50% is paid, it is picked by the woman, 50% is picked. Have you had there's no domestic violence in Bugisu on money, nothing. And everybody said no, no. So now when the women started picking 50%, they improved the homes, where they had a smaller house, they made it bigger. Some now started buying goats, buying chicken, cows, pigs, and started rearing, and the income started diversity. They started changing their lives. The diversification started with us. Now, when the people saw even buying land, buying land, some now in their own wisdom say, the woman will be the one picking the money. If she gives me something, well and good. That's how the things have come. And now women who had quarreled initially that men were marrying now are happy that the situation has changed. So anyone is very sure that Bugisu Cooperative Union will do it. Now, of course, for us, we even make second payments. After, Bugisu Cooperative Union does not trade in coffee. For that means it doesn't buy coffee from farmers and trades. No. Which cooperative union is a collector. So it looks for only the price. So when they give you some money initially, it is an advance. So when they sell, they balance the books, they make second payments. That's where we even will make what? Bonuses. So everybody who gets coffee, knows there will be a second payment, there will be a bonus, there will be all those will happen. So that's why people now say, no, we must go to Bugisu Cooperative Union. Now, of course, many of these middlemen like Chaguranya and Olam and whatever, those are called them middlemen. When they saw that behavior, now they've also started saying, we shall give also second payments, we shall give a bonus, but they don't. Then for us, we had a very big disadvantage. There's this one called EBIT, ABI. You have heard about ABI, that trust. It was dealing with the farmers. It had nobody to deal with to get the farmers to bring pulp and machines. Sometimes when people wanted the fertilizers, now they got people like Chaguranye, Kauko, Moram. Those were the one. Then they were lying our farmers that they have brought. Kumbe they were using them to tie them down. So when I came, I said, no, let us show us where you bought this machinery.
Yes.
When we discovered this ABI, we said, no, these were given to us free. Yeah, and these people are using us. And of course, Chagulanyi never liked it. And Nani, I said, well, I am here. And me, I can tell you, I've been one of those who have fought those middlemen because of their poor business practices. And of course, even removing me in the union in 2010, it was because of the middlemen who
Mm.
were really on my case and fighting me. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that, I would not have got the
So,
union. They used the people in the ministry, the government, and told the Mzee Museveni that, this man is getting money to fund the FDC. Where does he get money to pay farmers like this? They came and took a union with guns and the army, you remember, on
mm.
19th December, there were guns, army and the police, and they took it over for 5 years and they just ran it down and they finished it. That's why you see we still have cases with the government on that.
So one
So
of mm,
that's where the benefits are too many.
mm,
Yeah, first of all, we have assured them that is your property.
mm,
The
mm,
union is theirs. It's not
mm,
me. Me, I'm just a leader. Not anybody member like Musina or Mavonga. No,
mm.
those are just leaders. Now, even that primary society is you. You are the owners. For us, we are just in leadership. But what we are trying to aim is to make your life better.
So one of the issues I wanted to, now I'm referring to you as a political leader in the country. One of the problems is that there has been erosion of public trust in public institutions, which is why there's a lot of suspicion every time an initiative comes. The general public is just suspicious. How, I mean, looking at it from your point of view as a political leader, one, how do you restore public trust in these institutions so that some of the things we're discussing, like coffee, can benefit from sensible and informed and knowledgeable debates rather than emotion and conspiracy theories?
You see, one of the things you have raised is trust. Eh?
Yes.
Hmm? Uh, I have been in that house. Eh?
Mm,
I have seen the house how it has been until it has reached now.
mm,
Eh? A man gets up to speak or a woman something. Someone who may not be interested, they will say that one has been bought. Eh?
mm,
Because he wants to make people not to listen to that idea.
mm,
But I want us to say it is time now we want to have a franker discussion in our country.
mm.
One, where are we? What did we do wrong?
Yes.
What did we do right?
Yes.
This frank discussion must be led by all of us.
Yes.
And me, I'm happy that when you told me I must speak about coffee, I was excited. I dropped everything and I said, I'm waiting for this call. That's why
And we even
I was here.
I wish people
Hmm?
knew the things we went through to get you on, but we shall not talk about them.
No, they were bad. Even I had to get somebody who left this country and was in the whole world and international lady come to assist me.
We,
I said, please assist me, Remy.
We are eternally
Eh?
grateful to her for having.
Well, and she even helped me a lot.
Yes, yes, yes,
Even I looked for my staff called Noma.
yes,
He said, you IT boy, where are you?
yes,
What have you done? But here I am. I did it because I love this country. We are all born in this country.
yes.
It's only one country we have.
Mm.
These leaders will go. You know, for me, I tell everybody there's no permanent solution. The leaders will go. Even Museveni will go. The only thing how will he go is a different story. Now that's why we want to come and engage everybody and say it is now time to talk on frankly about our country. What do we need? Where did we do right? Where did we do wrong? There are also some good things we cannot deny, but there are also those which have gone bad, and we must discuss. And these are things, Robert, which I'm looking forward. Now, the first people to lead this conversation should be Parliament.
Yes,
Parliament, you have a very wide spectrum because you represent many people. In fact, the whole country is represented by members of Parliament.
yes.
Why do we members of Parliament not come out to have a franker discussion
Mm.
about our country?
Mm.
Now, when we have a frank discussion, then we shall go to get the elders, we can get opinion leaders, we go to the population, and whatever to do it. I'll give an example in my life. I do some business,
Mm. Mm.
and this is a really serious issue.
Mm.
In my businesses and in my whatever I do, all my staff there's no retirement age.
Mm.
Hmm?
Mm.
You retire when you feel you are too tired.
Mm.
Why? Because there are people whom I have who are over 60, 70 years, but the performance they are doing is enormous.
Mm.
And sometimes what they are doing even helps the younger one to understand and whatever.
Mm.
So for us, we have no permanent, we have no retirement age.
Mm.
And it has been successful. Why people are saying I'm a successful businessman, it's because I know value of people. The first asset you have in any entity, whether government, whether you are trading, whether it's human resource. People don't know it. They think that paying somebody 1 million per end of the month is you have paid that. No, that human resource, how best do you use it to get it up the best out of it? And that's me. Now
So,
they do that. The members of parliament, the Kabushengas of this world, come. What did we do wrong? Is there anywhere we can change? Is there what we can do? And it's a frank discussion. Forget about the people. You see, you know why people say I'm young? For me, you
mm.
talk about me, I know what you're saying is rubbish. I just look on you. Eh? I look on him. I just said,
So
this doesn't. But you need to speak out. Eh?
you see,
You need to speak out.
one of the I would say that, because when I talk the issue, the reason I was raising the issue of public trust is that now a lot of young people, because of this low trust and suspicion, they've become cynical, and so, and rightfully so, because but one of the things that now, especially with this coffee debate, is because you say that the president is being misled by his advisors, and these people are saying no, actually he knows exactly what is going on, but he is pushing a specific line. What do you say? Because you are arguing that he's misled, but what if he is actually in favor of a particular line? Because, for instance, he is given millions of dollars to people whose the auditor general said these people failed to account for 9 billion. He gave them more money. So would you tell somebody that is not well advised when you've said this person is of suspicious integrity? Why would anyone believe that the problem is that the president is misled?
You see, I can't argue for him, but
Mm.
we need to meet him and ask him why.
Mm.
Let me give an example.
Mm.
You, I had never known
Mm.
why an old man in my area was talking to somebody believed to be a thief.
Yes.
Eh?
And the night dancer.
So I said, but why? Eh?
Mm.
Little did I know eventually. Eh?
Mm.
That thief was the one who would guard.
Yes, I can hear you.
Was the one who would guard the what? Who would guard the old man?
Mhm.
Because the old man had he needed guards because I think he had his own issues, which we never knew. Eh? So, huh?
Oh
who
my
got him.
goodness. Okay.
So it's when we ventured, I said, it's because that one loved that man because he was his guard. Nobody would
Okay.
attack him because that man is the one who was guarding.
Okay.
So I learned that.
The moral of
So
that
we could
story is
also, so we may say, want to ask the president, why the, hello?
yes, I can hear you.
I thought you had gone off.
No, no, I can
Nowadays,
hear you.
because I don't, I can know. Why is he on this? Eh? Why is he on this? Now, let me go to the Indian government and the Chinese. In
Mm,
India, when India discovered their population was growing, eh,
mm,
they said, no, we must send many Indians out.
mm,
So they would give them loans at a negative interest. That means I give you, say, 100,000,
mm.
but you, instead of paying 5% on top, you pay minus 5%, a negative
Yes.
what? Interest.
Interest. Yes.
So that you go out. Now, but the benefit was, one, they have created space, you have left space, but
Mm.
also whatever you would earn there
You will
would
bring
come
back
back
home.
to the, it would come in the industry.
Yes.
So indirectly, they were losing 5%, but what they were earning as the foreign remittances and whatever was more. Hmm?
Right. Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Now, Inspire Uganda, for me, I know I don't believe in them.
Yes.
I will give an example.
Mm.
I'm the one who investigated the story of 10 billion.
Yes.
We asked him, where did you get the baggage to drink a coffee? He
Mm.
said he got. Where
Mm-hmm.
did you get in Arua? There was nothing. In Guru, there was nothing.
Mm.
He ate the money.
Mm.
And when I met him, I said, you man, you must be a real terrible thief.
Mm.
Now, of course, I decided to, have a friend. When I
Mm.
was talking to him on a plane, he said, my children were going to the same school with that man.
Mm.
But the children were started telling those children that your father is a thief, you're also a thief. The man
Mm.
was embarrassed. He felt so bad he had to carry, I think, the children and took them to London.
Mm.
Something like that. Because the
Mm.
population had raised.
Mm.
And now, he had that was a negative effort.
Mm.
Now, what he's doing, if he's stealing,
Mm.
which I know he's stealing,
Mm.
which will have, is there anything which the government will get out of the balance? Is a question we want to ask. Because when you invest in a thief, you
Mm.
carry out what you call a net present value.
Oh my goodness.
Not the project. So is the net present value positive or negative? So we must ask the president to show us.
Oh God.
Hmm?
Oh my
Hmm?
God.
Hmm?
You've really
Hmm?
made me laugh today.
Yes. So we have to talk to the president and say, what's the net present value? Maybe he
Mm.
will show us.
Mm. The
And
guard,
we say, well,
the
some
guard
of this we need
services.
to. Hmm? Yes.
So I
So,
have, so let's move to the next thing. You're, as I said, a political leader, but you've also been involved in the coffee sector. When you
mm.
say we should go and meet him, please help us to break down who are the key
No,
stakeholders.
Kausheng, I went to the speaker. I am ready and I'm going with you. One of the people have said, no, we shall go with you. Let us go. You see, let me tell you.
Yes,
I want him to give, by then, very serious on this, Robert.
yes.
I want to say, Mr. President, we have come. Yes, you may be. Well, we may think he's not being misled.
Mm,
He will put his case. Then we put
mm,
our case.
mm,
And say, well, for you, having said Minister of Agriculture, let me give an example of coffee.
mm,
Let both of them run concurrently. Because
mm.
Minister of Agriculture is there already. It
Yes,
has staff.
yes.
UCDA is here. It has also its system.
Mm,
Let them all of them move concurrently.
mm, mm.
When we say a point of convergence, then we shall converge. You
Yes,
understand?
yes.
He needs to hear that. He said, no, don't assume that what you're saying is right all the time. It's not
Mm,
good.
mm,
I give examples. I have a son.
mm,
He has just finished Makerere.
mm,
He did BCom. But when he was in primary in Kampala Parents,
mm,
I was trying to work on my laptop to move something so that I delete and move something.
mm,
This boy was looking me from the back. He
mm,
said, Dad, what do you want to do? I said, he came and he removed what he did what I want. I
mm,
said, teach me. He said, I think that was, first of all, he knew that was now his power over me.
Mm.
That was his knowledge. He never wanted, he would show, but not very well, because he wanted to control me.
He wanted to continue providing that service. So
That service, because whenever I need it, he had to do it.
he's the only one. He
Now,
wanted a monopoly.
a monopoly. He has now finished the university, and we always talk about it. But eventually I learned it. But after many years, by the way,
Mm.
eh, he said, you need, you don't, so then I said, if I had assumed that I know it everything that this primary kid doesn't know, I would have
Mm.
gone wrong. I would not have done what
Exactly.
it is.
Yes.
I would not have learned from the kid.
Yes.
So the president should not assume he knows it all. He
Mm.
needs more information to
Mm.
learn. So
Mm.
learning, that's why they say learning is a continuous what? Process.
Process. So so
I know. If we get the opportunity, he will listen to us. He
so
will listen to us.
so you'll find me here. I am on, as you politicians say, I'm on ground. So
No, no,
you
no, I am. And on this one, I've told the speaker, I
yes.
want us to go, even if the speaker wants, we go with the speaker, with a few members of parliament,
Yes.
we go with some outsiders, like, and we sit and say,
Yes.
this is sober talk. First of all,
So
the country is ours. Sober
exactly.
talk.
So
And
but
that day, if we give us opportunity,
mm,
is the same day we
mm,
shall talk about the country. Eh?
mm.
Yes, we say we need your 1 hour. In 1 hour, we would have done. Then we also ask, what's the net present value of this Inspire Uganda? We also tell that. You know? And this is serious, Kamsheng, because whether you want it or not, the Uganda is only country we have, and God made it that we are
It's
born
the
there.
only, the truth is it's the only asset we have, and it's not just us,
Yes.
it's our
So I was
children.
not, I never planned to be born in Uganda. Likewise, you never. So
No.
God put us there. There must
Yes.
be a reason why.
Yes.
Now, even sometimes when things go hard, you must also bend. You know, I like Mandela. If Mandela never agreed to bend, South Africa would have been the Rams. Eh? It would be have been finished
Yes.
because there would have been a revenge. Eh?
Yes.
Eh? Me,
So
I
so
don't believe in a
so
revenge.
so let me help as a coffee person now, and
Mm,
somebody, as I said,
mm.
somebody who understands. Just help our audience to know, if you were to select from, people to be at the table to have this conversation, which stakeholders would you identify? Who are the people who must be part of this conversation? Because if they are left out, it will go nowhere, especially from the coffee world. Help our audience to understand that.
Now you have brought a point. Have you
Mm.
seen Professor Onyigo? Eh?
Yes, yes,
You have to go with that one.
yes,
Have you seen Dr. Suruma?
yes.
You have to go with that one. You
By
know
the way,
Dr. Suruma?
let me say this, before
Eh,
you go ahead, that tomorrow evening I will host Professor Suruma, Dr. Suruma. He will be here as well. So he's coming after you tomorrow to continue this conversation.
Yes, he's a guy I like. You remember, he was against a set of UCB. Eh?
He's very straightforward and very
And
outspoken.
when people believe, I agreed with him.
Mm.
I went, that's how they suspended it. Then they let it, Smith say, we shall sell it.
Yes,
Haven't you brought the UCB again? You see, Post Bank, what is that?
exactly, exactly, exactly.
If it was management issue, we would have done it to his. Hmm?
No, but
We sold our bank
as he
at
says,
peanuts, eh?
mm,
And even lost that question, that tall building. You remember I went to court?
mm,
Me, the late Chikungwe, Saram
mm,
Musumba, and who was the
mm,
other one? Then eventually on the way they said, Nandala, if you want to continue with the case, they have told that they are going to sell everything of yours. This man was in the High Court. What is his name? He's now in the Court of Appeal. Uh, uh, what was the name? Was the judge? He put okay, all of them put on charge. He's from Eastern Uganda, I think, or Meru
mm,
or something.
mm,
He said Vonakanshe, something like that. How I remember the name of Vonakanshe something.
mm,
Those are the ads we wanted UCB not to go. Now UCB, which they never wanted, is back. Hmm? In the
mm,
name of Post Bank.
mm,
Let Mwakani and the late Kasame was here. I was against sale of Uganda Airlines. Eh?
mm,
And they asked me why this. I said, you see, Uganda Airlines is only first of all to fly the flag. That shows our country, is advertising our country. Number
mm,
two, If we want something like taking our fruits and whatever, they will be faster. And at that time, we had started flowers and whatever, Uganda will do it. And Mbale will also have something to talk about. They
Mm.
said, it must go. That's why they never did register it, because I was opposing it up to the end. Ugandan will still remain on the book.
Mm.
Now, whoever knew about Kenya was, and this one, Robert, by then you're around.
Yes.
Kenya, and when it was in charge, it moved its first business tickets to 1,500. Economy, 700. I told
Yes.
them now, this money goes where to Kenya? Now, when we fought, if you remember, there are my reports which I wrote as a leader of opposition, as a shadow minister of finance, whatever, okay, we eventually brought Uganda Airlines. Do you know what is happening? Business
Mm.
ticket now is 600. Economy, I think, is 300. Now,
Yeah,
the saving,
330.
even if it is 350, from 700, you have saved half. The money, the $350 you save on the economy stays in our economy. The $800 you save on the business stays in our economy. I got another fool was telling me now it's only one tribe which is working on the plane. I said that is nonsense. That tribe which is working, it doesn't matter. When they come, they will go to our supermarkets,
By
buy
the
food.
way,
Yeah?
by the way,
Uh,
the that one tribe which is working there, the pilots, most of them are Bateso. So I
no,
don't know what.
no, that's what I'm saying. By the meaning, of course, pilots are not saying they are meaning these who walk around with treasure and a smile for us. Eh?
Yeah,
I said, no,
but
no,
that's
no. They
even.
will come in a Chitoro. Yeah, they will come in and drink beer, and they would. Why? What are you talking about? I said, please bring more planes and more people work. Of course, I stopped the other one. So,
Yeah.
eh, when you have something of your own, but and me, who was a frequent flyer, I suffered on the Kenya was like no hair. One time there was a time when they stopped the Kenya Airways to come from Nairobi. Now I got people are writing a petition that we want to petition Kenya Airways. The Kenyan woman and the man said, at least for us who are trying, what do you have in Uganda? I looked at
Wow.
them, what's the petition? Now we can sign a petition that nobody, in fact, I am one of those who want to tell you that Uganda Airline is the best airline. It keeps time, it is very clean, hospitality is good, and all of us should go there. Eh? There's an
Well,
opposition man I got who was saying, I can't fly Uganda Airlines. I said, you're stupid. He fell sick. They took him to Nairobi. I said, if I'm the one who assists you with the ticket, you will go with
Uganda
Uganda
Airlines.
Airlines. He refused eventually, but he was sick. Eventually, he went to Uganda, then he came back and said, but hey, the plane is good. See, these are things which this our country shouldn't put sentimentals in things. I am giving you this to show you that this
Mm.
country, there are people who want to behave as if the country is not theirs. I am talking to you and those who are listening to me that Uganda belongs to us. We need to work as a team. I can be in FDC, you can be in NRM, but all of us fall hungry. All of us need
Mm.
food. All of us need
Mm.
medication. All of us,
Mm.
of course, medication, it means you may not fall sick, but your mother, your relative, you need to get to hospital, those people to be treated. Mm? All of us need a good road. So why shouldn't we, any road is not good, you say to the NRM, we should fight the one who should do it. In fact, we should all get up and say, instead of saying the NRM government, we should say the Minister of Works should be held liable. Huh? Then we give you the money. What did you do with it? If it's a hospital, the Minister of Health, I'm saying the government is where we go wrong. You know, Paul, Robert, I am saying all this, that this topic which I'm trying to say, it affects all of us. So when we are going for coffee, I have mentioned those two. I have mentioned Kabushenga because I will go with you. You know English. We taught you in Mbale says, so you have English. Me, I'm not good at English, and I'm not a diplomat. When I will be going wrong, you will be the
Yes.
one to rein in and say, speak like this. Eh?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Me, I'm not a diplomat, and Museveni knows I'm not a diplomat. I tell him off. So that's
Mm.
where the problem will be. So
Mm.
we go with us. We need to get
Okay.
farmers who are
Mm.
really old men from Bugisu.
Mm.
We have Professor Chiboma there. We have
Gimui. I
eh?
remember him. Professor
Munyi
Kibom.
died. Munyi died. We have
Oh.
a professor. We have Mzee. There's a Mzee called Musundi. We come here
Mm.
to Uganda. We must go with the Katikro. Eh?
No,
Because
but
the Katikro,
even
the president talked about him. The Katikro should go and clear his name. Why he mentioned it? Eh?
there is Kachinda, there is Chizito, there
Yes.
is
So,
Haji
and
Samba.
I'm sure for us the day we're going for the coffee meeting, it will be a public knowledge,
Yes.
Hmm? And when we ask him that, sir, instead of coming to the State House,
Mm.
let us meet in the conference center,
Mm. Mm.
so that we put our debate together,
Mm. Mm.
if you want. so that we have the pros and against. It will also be one of the public hearing on the bill.
True.
Come. Eh? Eh?
So
We must-
so so Honorable Nandala, this is, we're in the last 15 minutes because even here it's getting late. But I know we can go on. First of all, as soon as you get back, I am happy to be part of of a meeting like that because there is so much at stake that could go wrong. I mean, when you think about what happened in the 60s and how Obote ruined it, you think about Idi Amin and his initiatives of trying to beat smugglers, shoot smugglers, and he ended up
No, because
failing.
here they were not bringing it; they were taking it to Kenya. That's what the way
Yes.
the economy of Kenya and Kenya wanted it. That's why the economy of Kenya boomed. In fact,
So,
Kenya was built on our coffee for those 9 years.
and what we don't want is a situation where people are either driven underground or driven to desperation and start being like the tea farmers who are uprooting their trees. And I think that it's important that we have that conversation. So
For uprooting and cutting, I will not.
no,
Let
that
me
one
tell
we'll
you
never
again.
do again.
No, no, listen. You remember when again this government came in power?
Mm,
It told the Bugisu to cut coffee, plant avocado, plant camellia, grow butterfly, silk. I
mm,
told many of them, I was a younger man, I said, don't. Some cut, and some there agreed that you
mm,
shouldn't. Now, you see, we can't. And I want to advocate for everybody. Please don't cut even one single tree. There's
mm,
no permanent situation. Hmm?
mm, mm.
Hmm.
So by way of winding up, so I would like you first to
I'm not hearing you. You have gone off.
advise. Sorry, can you hear me?
Hmm.
I was saying, by way of winding up, how would you advise? What would you advise Parliament? What should they do with that bill now?
No, no, I would
Where?
advise the Parliament for now, they hold on the bill at the committee stage, we continue gagging. So that when we got the committee stage, we do know what to do better. Eh? And one of the persons whom we should consult is the president. He has raised a lot of issues which we must deal with and answer him, and he also answers us. Two, we must go to the population. Even if we are not banning. In any case, you are even selling, giving it 3 years. You understand? Eh?
Mm,
So
mm.
even in these 3 years, we should continue consulting until we come to the exact point.
Because you
Meanwhile,
see, in the,
Minister of Agriculture should now also start building its capabilities so that they compete with what? UCDA. You understand? They should do that, capabilities.
but we
Hmm?
should also explore whether our international partners, the markets where we sell, would how would they judge this major policy shift?
I have told you on accreditation. Let me again come back to you.
Mm,
Well, I saw somebody saying exporters of coffee. I never saw just cooperative union. I
mm,
laughed. I think some people don't know. One container is 320 bags.
yes.
We take more than for us. We take more than 10 containers, 20 containers. We're beyond.
Mm,
So our bags could even be more. In fact, we could be among the big 10.
mm,
Now, what I was trying to explain to you is that no coffee can live with this cooperative union without a seal of
mm,
UCDA.
mm,
First, you take the samples, they test. After testing, they confirm. They come and you load when they are there. After loading, they put on the seals. The seals are internationally marked. They are communicated where they are going, so that even the dirty customs of that side, they must confirm those are the seals, which are on the manifest. Are you
mm.
getting it?
Yes.
So it is the one now. The seals are UCDA property. Now you put Minister of Agriculture, they will say this one we don't know. This must be fake coffee. This might be stones. They will return them on the way. They will return them on the way. And what will happen? You are in danger. You return. So let us get accreditation, Minister of Agriculture. They accept them. They have their seals agreed. Then we deal with that.
So
I hope you are getting it. And to
yes,
do accreditation of that type, it is not a 1 week's job. It's not a 5 years job. It is more than five. It's about 10 years.
there is another issue which we've been raising that actually, if you take, because one of the arguments they're making that it's just a question of moving the UCDA staff to the Ministry of Agriculture, but you have to align their salaries. If they don't like the pay, these people we've been talking about, the multinationals, the middlemen, they're going to take away all these good people and pay them better, or at least keep them at the price, I mean, at the pay. So the people you are hoping to take to the Ministry of Agriculture may not actually go, and you end up with fewer or even less skilled people.
In fact, they will become satisfying officers of the international world, and you are the loser. You know what happened?
Exactly.
They will become the certifying, and now everybody will be accredited. They will come and certify with this cooperative union, and we.
Because we know how the government
So
departments
this
operate.
one, Minister of Agriculture is making a big blunder, but also salaries being aside. Yeah?
Yes.
People can agree and work on salaries, but
Yes.
streamline the processes very well fast. Then you accredit them. Of course, people will go back in the ministries. That's okay. But how best do you want to do it? Coffee Marketing Board was here. Was there no Minister of Agriculture? Produce Marketing Board was here. Was there no Minister of Agriculture? The Inter-Marketing Board was here. Was there no Minister of Agriculture? Translation was here. You know, you heard about translation?
I knew its office is where office used to be is where Toyota Uganda is today, I think. Or
And that was, and I don't know if even they have ever paid for that property. That was a government property under Ministry of Trade.
yes.
Or somebody has reserved it. Maybe even somebody is collecting rent. We had translation. We had the National Insurance Corporation. I hope you heard about it.
Yeah.
Papa said to insure Uganda properties like your cars and whatever. Now because we don't have the national insurance, everybody says if you buy a government car, you write it off. You don't insure. That's why the cars ban, nobody insure, nobody pays. That's why the building in Kenya might have ban, we can't have insurance paid. So these are things we must go back and do. What did we do wrong? And when if you had national insurance, we would get premiums, and because it's a national state enterprise, it's most trusted. It can do the insurance, and everybody will bring it. You will make a premium, and the government of Uganda will make money and the tax. We don't know what we have done to this country. Privatization came in. Many countries agreed, others refused. India refused. China refused. Bangladesh refused. Bangkok, Thailand refused because I was involved in the fight. Are they not there? And even World Bank is also saying, I think we erred. That Bujagari thing is for only thieves. The money they collect is for thieves, and that's why also one of the things we shall tell the president. Yeah, when I saw them that they're getting a tax exemption, but already they are getting a return on their investment. Why are you paying them more money? Please. The guys have so this country needs sober minds. And we're here. We're here. You know, by the way, Uganda would not be borrowing. We have enough money. It's only a matter of tuning something and mindset, and things will be there. I can tell you, we can fix this economy within just 1 year. This one, I'm telling you the truth.
So, Honorable Nandala Mafabi, I mean, what is your last word to us?
The president should listen. And the people of Uganda, it's time to wake up and we discuss soberly. On the issue of coffee, we all must raise. It's not only the coffee farmers, even you who is not a coffee farmer, you're a chief beneficiary of that coffee. If Forex comes here, what it means is the money which in the market, for example, dollars will be at a lower rate. And you know, if you're importing something, you will need little Ugandan currency to import that thing. If there's no Forex in there, you will need more Ugandan currency. In fact, coffee works on inflation. It works on regulating our markets, economy market, financial markets. So it is a very important thing that it's not only for the coffee farmers, it is for the entire country. Third, the president should listen. Listen to us. We have ideas. You have a head, we have a head. And it's not only you who should be the one who is right. And that's why I want even to help you so that people understand that it is no longer this issue of saying it's your family. No, we want to talk to you. People are now alleging you are interested because it's for your family. No, we're coming to help you. Say, yes, you had an idea good for the country, but this is not right. This is the best way to do it. Listen to it. And that's one why we're saying the president should listen. The M7 should listen. And we're ready to talk to him. The third one, the fourth one is this business of the country Uganda belongs to us must be taken everywhere with everybody, whether you're opposition or not in opposition. The country is ours. If something is bad, we must all condemn it. If something is good, we must all say it's good. So that's the way we should move. Of course, there are some products we need to remove in the authorities. We need also to rationalize others. But UCDA generates money which is excess. It uses some goes to treasury as a net income. So it is an entity which can be financed by the farmers of coffee themselves. It has nothing to do with the taxpayers' money. I wish you the best one.
Honorable Nandala Mafabi, MP, Chairman of Bugisu Cooperative Union.
Secretary
Thank
General
you.
of the Forum for Democratic Change.
Okay. I'd forgotten
Uh,
that one.
yes, I'm the Secretary General. I'm
And do you have
chairman.
a role in Parliament? Do you have a committee you head now?
No,
Or
I'm
you
just a member of Finance Committee and the PAC.
Yes.
Just a
Okay.
member. But you see, also you must be sure, you must
Mm.
also remember I was a leader of opposition. I am the
Yes.
one who put leadership in that parliament, you know it.
Yes.
So you see everybody clamoring to be a leader of opposition, it is me who set the office. Up the high bar. Huh? But I'm
Okay.
not going back there. So for
I'll,
me,
I'll,
you give me an assignment, I'll do it. And it's
I'll,
time government to
I'll
agree that the cooperatives can come back to help this country to remove poverty. And they will do it by using brains of people like us who know cooperatives better. Us.
right.
And we can get old men to come there. So I'm a cooperator. I am a farmer, by the way. Farmer.
Mm.
I'm a parent. I'm a married man with very beautiful sons and daughters. Eh?
Yes.
And
So
so I'm a parent. I'm everything. Of course, I teach. I'm also a teacher. You're aware.
yes.
Sometimes I also practice some law by helping the poor.
So, but I am very grateful for the time you have given us, and
Uh,
therefore, I would like to say good night from Kampala, and I
mm.
look forward to meeting you as soon as you return,
No, no,
so
as
that
soon as I return, I'm going to look you up, and I think
and
we should
we
engage.
share ideas on how to manage this
Perfect,
situation.
perfect, perfect. Tell Professor Inigo, I'm also going to look him up. He's my neighbor.
Yes.
And
Yes.
tell Dr. Roma we need to meet. I think these are the people
Okay.
I'm going to look for immediately on Monday.
I will I I will do that, and please extend my gratitude to Remy.
No,
She's been very
Remy,
helpful.
no, she has been very helpful. I don't know what you
Yes.
pay. Are you sending me some dollars on
No,
my?
no, no. We shall send her coffee. She will drink
No,
free
I'm going
coffee.
for a coffee. In fact, by then she had come to pick her coffee, and her
Yes.
sister sent her a gomas. She's going for a
Okay.
wedding.
So she was working for what you had already delivered. That's okay. No
Exactly, I
problem.
delivered, and she came.
Okay. But send her my personal gratitude. I'm very, very
Yeah, and
grateful.
I'm sure she'll call it. She's a very nice girl. She has a friend called Esther. They came to see me in the bank, and
Okay.
now I'm taking them for lunch.
Okay.
It's 3:30, but I'll take them for lunch. I'll pay them with the lunch. I have a card. I have a
Okay.
credit card
Thank you very much. For us
from
here, it's night.
Stambik.
For us here, it's night time. Have a good night,
Good night,
Honorable
man.
Nandal.
Thank you,
Good,
my
good,
brother.
good.
Have a good night. Greet everybody.
As we say back home, ukonevulai.
Yeah, all the listeners, thank you for listening in to us. We keep in touch. Where we have gone wrong, advise us. We're together in it.
All right. Thank you
Mhm.
very much.